Okay, so today we're gonna finally try to work on the Virago cafe racer. My goal today is to just remove the gas tank and try to get the engine out of the bike, because eventually I just want to polish the engine and actually paint the whole frame too. So we'll just see how, or if I can get the engine out. Hopefully it'll just take me a few hours. So let's get started. So I took the seat off, that's easy. Next thing, I'm gonna try to remove the gas tank. I do have some gas in there, so here's the gas line. We have to remove. I'm gonna drain it into a gas can. And it looks like there's a vacuum line. And so there's two petcocks, and so you wanna do it on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and try to remove the exhaust. These are 12mm. They had some RTV sealant. So even with the regular socket, once you back it out, you can't even pull the ratchet out. So I'm going to go ahead and just use a regular open end. So moving to the right side of the bike where the exhaust exit sits, looks like we have to remove it right here near the rear brake lever, and then another one right here near or right at the passenger foot peg on the right side. So it looks like it's an axle that runs through both sides, just an axle with a nut on each side. So what I'm doing, it's 14mm nuts. What I'm doing is holding the left side, and I'm gonna unscrew the right side. Okay, so this other one, it looks like it's just a bolt on a nut, or a nut on a bolt. So just have to unscrew it and just, I thought I could remove the pipes as a whole, but I guess that's how they installed it, is in a few pieces. So I'm gonna have to break up the pipes. So I got the pipes removed. The clutch cable. Went ahead and just removed the lever so I could really get access to pushing down the clutch cable. Where the other end of the clutch cable connects to, there's a plate right here. I had to bend back, and then this should be able to slide out. Yep. And now we have it free. Remember to remove the ignition coil from the spark plug, cable, and throttle cable. So which one is this? Okay, so this is the choke cable right here we gotta remove. There's a holder right here for the wire. I don't want to do too much bending, so I went ahead and just loosened the clutch cable at the top also. Okay, so real stupid of me. I should have removed the battery first thing after removing the seat. You know, you don't want to short anything out. But luckily nothing that hasn't happened yet, but you know, for precaution, just go ahead and remove the battery. So there are some connections to the engine we want to disconnect before dropping the engine, and it looks like it's behind the airbox to disconnect, and possibly behind the bracket for the passenger pegs. So I'm going to go ahead and try to remove the airbox and most likely remove this also. So I don't know what's behind this box, but right behind it there's a plug that goes to the engine. So the main wires I'm seeing that has to be unplugged is the wire that goes to this plug. And then behind that empty compartment, it's pretty dirty, but there's this plug. Okay, so I already did it on the other side, but I'll go ahead and film the right side too. Side bracket, it's attached. There's a lever attaching to this lever for the rear brake, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this. And I'm going to see if I can remove the tray for the battery. As it's on top of here. There's some wires attached to it. And I'm going to remove this one wire that goes to the starter motor. I can remove the wire at the starter motor, but then it's all attached to the engine. There's some clips I don't want to get under right now, so I think it's easier if I just remove it here and just keep the wire attached to the engine and the starter. So 10mm socket. Getting the choke cable off, but forgot to do the throttle side, so just lift it up here, can pull this out, and should be able to just slide this pin out. Okay, good. So I realized I have to remove these lines too. They're connected to the carbs. So it's better to remove the kickstand bracket with the kickstand. Engine is mostly bolted at the top, at the heads, but I see there's this one long bolt going through the frame and the engine, so I think I'm gonna try to hit this out first. I got it out. Looked pretty corroded on the left side of the engine. I'm gonna disconnect this, let it free hang so we can drop the engine. I think it's better. I'm not sure how it's connected, but it looks like there's screws. So let's disconnect. Just remove these. Okay, I think that's all it was. So the engine should be able to drop fine now. So we're going to start bolting the engine. And start with removing this bracket that holds on the front of the engine. It's a 14mm socket. On the other side, 14mm bolt attached to a 14mm nut. Just hold one end and screw the other. Put the stand under the engine. I'm not lifting up the bike, I'm just having it just so it supports the engine so it doesn't drop at all. One on each side, 14mm socket going into the bolt. So I got the engine off. It was the two bolts right here, and then right here there was a bolt on each side on the rear cylinder. The issue I was having, I didn't know what height to make it because to get this shaft out, the drive shaft, I just kept kind of messing with the height. I didn't have it perfect, so it kind of dropped, but I got it out. Unfortunately, the stand wasn't that high, but it did kind of drop on the garage floor. So I was looking just around. Hopefully there's no crack, but there's no leaking. the engine. Really messed up, but it was kind of a strong drop, but not a huge drop. Just like I didn't know what height to make the lift. I just kept wiggling it, messing with the height. But at least it's out, and there's no pool of oil, so I think it's good. So I'm gonna actually have to get help to lift the engine and move it out the way, and then it's time to clean up. But so far so good. This is what I wanted to get done today. It's kind of later than I expected, but it's okay. At least we got it. So I don't know if I'm gonna go ahead. Next thing is try to polish the engine and some parts, or I'm gonna take off more. I think I'm gonna do more disassembly. Take the forks off, take the rear wheel off, subframe, so we get that prepped for painting. So yeah, I'll probably do that before trying to attack the engine with polish. Okay, thanks for watching. Till next time.